Okay, we're here at the Calavaras Station, and John's getting ready to read. John, how do you feel?
I feel great.
Are you excited about this?
Nope.
Give us a nice quote
From what?
from your reading.
Now you're putting me on the spot.
It's good practice.
Who is to say the trees aren't frightened, too, waiting in the dark and in the cold?
Very nice.
Even though I just read that completely wrong, but that's okay.
That's okay. I like it. All right, and we're here with John's parents. There's his dad.
Mother's in the loop.
Yeah, that's the journal he got published in. Check it out. It's like a real book. We're excited. All right, we'll come back later when he's reading.
Oh, look, latecomers. So I want to point them all out, just because I know you, that's wrong. So we have a whole brand new set of editors that are going to take over next year, and I unfortunately did not get phonetic spellings of everybody's names, so I'm going to go with first names, and you can like stand or raise your hand or something, and we can find out who you are. So Joe Montalvo and Adam Burrell are going to be the co-executive editors. For creative nonfiction, we have Lee and Jane. Raise your hand, there you go. And Jane Churchon. Critical analysis, Tristes and Ariana. And for poetry, Marcelo and Alan. And for fiction, Cynthia. So the reading, in your program, you've got the reading order, and it lists the piece in the journal. And I would just like to state a disclaimer, since my friend Joe pointed this out to me. We do have a couple of errors in here. Marcelo's got 2 poems in there, and only one's listed in the table of contents. And one of Joe's poems is on the wrong page, so we apologize. See, I'm just out there doing it. So our readers, and if you guys could stand or raise your hand, because other people might not know who you are, so that they can see when they're supposed to come up. So we've got Anselm first, and then Ryan, Allison, Jonathan, Lee, Peggy, Joe, Sarah, James, Samantha. I'm also taking rolls. And Shady. Okay, so I'd like to welcome Anselm up first, and thank you.
All right, I'm Jonathan Alston, and I'm actually reading 2 pieces. The first one is published in Calavaras Station, and it's called Insomnia's Dream. And the epigraph says, in Latin but translated, it's "Do not search outside yourself." There's a place between dreams and consciousness where insomnia thinks too much. Inside solitary recesses, writing the story my eyes on great leaps, with impulses of electric currents by the light of memory's illumination. Each letter pounds out the optical. It tastes like Tuesday, he writes. But the delete key is missing, preserving unfinished logic. He wants to stop writing, but insomnia doesn't have eyelids. Pages become volumes of books that subconsciousness reads in the nighttime. To ask where is the what and how is the why which he was lost to. Because in the missing wherewith, whom is how, the why became the time when I meet with dreams through opaque veils of imagination, when life wafts over karst fields of flooded forgetfulness, when time becomes a place between then and now and after. Okay, the second piece is actually an experiment that a friend of mine started a while ago. We call it literary mashup, and basically we just take different lines and phrases from different texts and just put them together to make new meaning in our own text. So this one is called A Fall by Love, and some of the authors in it are Italo Calvino, Daniel Grambois, Kate Braverman, Catherine Cowles, and Susan Kelly Witt. To fall in the void as I fell, none of you knows what that means. I had dreamed so much of a meeting of our parallels, like surgically removing your own internal organs and placing them in the hands of another. Whether they provide you with sutures or just leave them there for the birds to eat is really just the risk you have to take. A man and a woman stepped into a tunnel, just to break the monotony of that endless fall, down into the void, to the most absolute bottom conceivable. It was lighter inside than they had expected. It became a sort of moon you could put between your teeth and swallow. She is not a sheep, but thin. She is not an onion, but circular and multi-layered, and sweet with an aftertaste that's sweet and bitter. She preferred the life of a recluse, harsh and sour with something like the residue of trapped wind and the final thoughts of small animals as they chew off their feet and bleed to death. Across the wooden bridge in either direction, falling to reach it. The extreme limit must have been much, much farther below, very remote. The deeper they went, the lighter it became until the light was so bright that it blinded them both. She opens and retains her shape after multiple washings. She is not a box unless she is a box missing a lid, or a box that never had a lid. She sang in a language we did not understand, though it was beautiful, limited by the heart, by its capacity for grief and ambiguity. Wished for silence, but that would be worse. Silence was a circling vulture. It's important to be right, no question about that. Go on green, stop on red. The laws of thermodynamics. Experience makes us mute. Who is to say the trees are frightened too, awaiting in the cold and the dark?
In our journal this year, and this is me and all of the people, okay? So, quickly, you guys want to just go down the line and say your name and what you were published or what section? So some of you already know who you are.
Sarah Knudsen, Shedding Away Poetry.
James Rasmussen, Some Kind of Mess, also poetry.
Ryan Rich, fiction, Fruits of the Frail, and creative nonfiction, Heat of the Summertime.
Beth Pearsall, Critical Analysis.
Peggy Kincaid, Poetry.
Marcelo Hernandez, poetry. Joe Montalvo, poetry.
Jonathan Alston, poetry.
Liz Geiser, Critical Analysis.
Alfonso Michael, more poetry.
Nelson Alcvendes, fiction.
Samantha Frager, Poetry. Lee Lee, or creative nonfiction.
Allison Mellon, Poetry. Shady Jack's Poetry.
And as Shady mentioned, she won a Bozanella this year, and several other people who are here won Bozanellas. Please raise your hand. Be proud, guys. I think we emptied out the audience, bringing everything big, you know. But you know, it's the work of the writers who contributed, and it's the work of all the section editors who had to read through all the submissions. We received upwards of 100 poems, and they had to go and read all of those and decide what they liked, what they didn't like. Jim was not able to be here. He was doing a lot of technical work. He's trying to bring us into the, I don't know, maybe the 20th century, by trying to do some online submissions. So that's something that he's been working on this year and may end up going at some point down the road. But again, I'd just like to thank everybody and all the editors and all the editors who will be working on the journal next year and in years to come. And thank you for coming. We've got a lot of refreshments back there. And thank you, everybody.